Hey guys, welcome back for today's college basketball pick video play heading into action for Thursday, January 30th, 2020. And be sure to check out our daily free college basketball pick every single day over at our main website, stumpthespread.com, which is linked right at the top of the video description. And there's a free pick against the spread in the Colorado versus UCLA matchup. So again, you can check that over at our main website, stumpthespread.com. And this one, talking about this Big Ten matchup between the Iowa Hawkeyes and the Maryland Terrapins. Going to give our lean on where we see the better value against the spread. The home team, Maryland, coming in favored by about 5.5 points. And Maryland, they finally did something that they've had a very hard time proving throughout the course of the regular season up to this past week, where they were able to actually pick up some victories on the road, taking down Northwestern, and then in their last outing, a really nice win, getting past Indiana by a final of 77-76. And also in general, Maryland, they've done a good job of taking care of business on their home court this season. Now, Maryland, they had very high expectations coming into the year, and although they've been pretty good, of course, still remaining in the top 25. They're at 16-4 overall. They're 6-3 in the Big Ten. They haven't quite reached the very high heights that they had in terms of those expectations coming into the year, and part of that has just been because they haven't been quite as consistent on the offensive side of the ball as we'd like to see, but still a very tough team. They put in the work on the defensive end, and they kind of play off of that. That has been their strength. So in this one, they invite in the Iowa Hawkeyes, and Iowa, they've done a really good job over the past handful of weeks in terms of taking advantage of a home-heavy schedule, winning 5 straight, 4 of these coming at home, and their only road effort during this particular stretch was at Northwestern, which is the worst team in the Big Ten. So they took advantage of their recent schedule. They've now moved into the top 25. They're at 15-5 overall. Perhaps complacency could seep in a little bit for Iowa. Let's not forget that this is the same Hawkeyes team before this stretch that actually lost on the road against Nebraska, which has been the second worst team in the Big Ten this year. So perhaps complacency is a factor. It's also quite a big road trip, even though it's a conference game, and your conference opponents tend to be relatively close to you. Going from Iowa all the way to Maryland is a bit of a trek there. We'll see how the Hawkeyes handle themselves going into a very tough road atmosphere after doing a little bit of travel. But Maryland, they've been solid at home. They proved themselves finally on the road this past week. They're now heading back home. We like a strong result from the Maryland Terrapins as they go on to deal out some revenge after having lost to Iowa on the road a couple of weeks ago. We like the Terrapins to exact that revenge as they go on to win and cover this moderate 5.5 point spread. If you agree, give the video a thumbs up. Disagree, give it a thumbs down. You can check out all of our college basketball picks every single day over at stumpthespread.com, which is linked down in the video description.